What is going on, Sports Wars? We're here. We're live. It's an hour later than we normally go because we just had so much stuff going on this morning, not related to sports, but just other stuff on YouTube. But we are still here. Jeremy, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. You've made about 450 videos this morning already. So how are you? That's the big question.
I'm good. We're gonna read a super chat about Zack Snyder here in a little bit. That's kind of how I feel. That post orgasm. Right now that's what I'm feeling. The post come. So made a lot of videos about Zack Snyder and Justice League trailer, and it's awesome. But we got a couple things to talk about today, not Hollywood related, but sports related. But there are a lot of parallels. These people that for some reason the media has decided to hate them for one reason or another. For Zack Snyder, it's because he does things like interact with fans and is a normal dude. For people like Tom Brady, I think we all understand the media hates Tom Brady because he's straight, because he's white, because he's a man, and because they believe him to be a Trump supporter.
Yep. That's it. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I mean, we love roasting the media. We love roasting LeBron flopping around. We love calling out people like Max Kellerman and Ryan Clark and all of these other weirdos. So that's what we're going to do. And you guys seem to enjoy it. I saw someone say, rubbing hands like Birdman for this bitch roasting. So,
nice.
Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about. And John Matrix is not going to probably be here today. Is he got a storm coming? Is that what you said?
If you're in the middle of the United States right now, you're probably going to be fucking cold. There is like record lows expected all through Texas. And there's people that are trying to, fortify and winterize their houses quickly. It's pretty rough. Bad winter storm coming down through there. Mostly the cold is what people worry about, but hopefully John takes care of everything he needs to do.
Yeah, so well wishes to John and Black and White Sports. I'm sure he'll be back next week with us.
Yep, absolutely. Someone asked if we talk college basketball. Every once in a while, it just kind of depends as we ramp up closer to conference, conference game, or not conference games, but conference championships, and obviously the NCAA tournament. I'm sure we'll pick up our discussions about college basketball. I'm a big Purdue Boilermaker fan. They lost a fucking heartbreaker to Minnesota over the weekend.
I've never really been fully into college basketball. I've had moments. As a matter of fact, the most interested I was ever into college basketball was a young man at Purdue named Glenn Big Dog Robinson.
Yeah.
I was such a Glenn Robinson fan, and he was the best player in the nation. He led the nation in scoring. He came out. I think he got drafted third overall by the Bucks. And I was such a mega Glenn Robinson fan. He never really turned in anything. Like he was a solid player in the NBA. He never lived up to expectations, but he had a good solid career. Obviously kept up with like the Fab Five at Michigan. There were years that were really into college basketball, but I've never gotten fully into it like I do college football.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm a big Purdue fan, so I don't really remember when Glenn Robinson was there, but I've always followed them. Gone to several NCAA tournaments just to go watch Purdue play, and not last year because last year's March Madness got canceled because these fucking pussies out there. But the one before that was absolutely heartbreaking to see Purdue go down the way that they did, but. Carson Edwards in the NBA now with the Boston Celtics. So it is what it is. But we are going to be talking about Tom Brady.
Glenn Robinson was first overall. That's right. So it was Glenn Robinson. That was the year Glenn Robinson came out. He was first overall. Jason Kidd and Grant Hill. And if I'm not mistaken, Jason Kidd and Grant Hill shared the rookie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. So that's right. Glenn Robinson was first overall. Yeah, because I was convinced he was going to be rookie of the year. And Grant Hill and Jason Kidd, I believe they shared rookie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. But that was a crazy year. And Grant Hill probably would have had a much a greater career if it wasn't for injuries. He got
Grant Hill's kind of like the Ken Griffey Jr. That's always how I've seen him. Not to like could be the greatest of all time, but would have been like up there with one of the greats as opposed to just a guy who had a great start and then really, petered out.
But I still say Griffey still has one of the greatest careers ever. I mean, he still did more. You look at Griffey's numbers. I mean, You could make an argument Griffey's the greatest baseball player, at least of our lifetimes. I still say it's Bonds, but if Griffey would have taken steroids, it would have been Griffey. So,
but yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, Ken Griffey Jr. was like, he would have been the greatest player of all time. I think if he didn't get hurt,
he would have been Jordan. He would have been Jordan. It would have, nobody would question it.
And then, whereas Grant Hill would have been like, right here, we'd be talking about him when you put him in, when you are like, all right, so who are your top, 5 small forwards of history?
Right.
You have people putting him in the conversation, as opposed to maybe the greatest of all time. We do have a couple super chats, guys. Lethal Lightning for $5. Zack Snyder blew the rawest load in Hollywood on Valentine's Day. # Snyder Cut. That's true.
Guys, yeah. Like, go to Ryan. Ryan's got his live channel and his personal channel, and then he did a video for Geeks and Gamers as well. So full Snyder Cut coverage from Ryan RK Outpost.
Luckily, I was awake when they dropped it early, so that was good for me. RS for $5 was a big sports night yesterday when Rocky fought Apollo again on the Echo-based live stream. Hail chat, hail Kennel, hail Jeremy Balboa, Robbie Cano.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, look, at the end of the day, me and Amazing Lucas, we got to have a good argument, and it was all good. He was live last night. I sent him a super chat, just like, hey man, good arguing with you. And he said, everybody thinks we don't like each other. He's like, I ain't got no problem with Jeremy. He's like, we're cool. We argued, and he's like, I'll pay him back on a super chat when he's live next time or something like that. So, hash shit out as men and go on about your business. There's no sense in being pussies and people like crying after the fact. Like, that's not what men do. Men fight, we argue, and we shake hands and walk away. That's it. Fuck them.
That's true. Who is this? Tall, Dark, and Gruesome becomes a channel member. Thank you, Tall, Dark, and Gruesome. Now you can use those LeBron emojis because he is a crybaby bitch.
That
Michael,
he is.
Yeah, we'll talk about that first. Actually, let's get started with some LeBron hate today. Michael S for $5. I hear Stackhouse is gonna get Sarah Fuller to be his next starting point guard. He might as well, but I think she's transferred from Vanderbilt. I did a video yesterday about Jerry Stackhouse blaming Trump supporters for the criticism he's getting because there's 74 million people out there that just don't like the diversity we brought to Vanderbilt. Instead of acknowledging the fact that he's, I think, like 4-23 in the SEC conference since he took over. I think it's because you fucking suck. I think it's because your team's trash, Jerry Stackhouse, not because the color of your skin.
Always got to pull the race card. How'd the race card work for Cam Newton at the beginning of the season before New England even had their first game? How'd that work out? Anytime somebody's pulling the race card, they are clearly covering up for something else, and they're already building in an excuse. It's just embarrassing at this point.
Laughing at some of the comments in chat. Mark Roberts for $2 says, hey, you, super sticker. Thank you, Mark Roberts. Primark Vulcan for $5. Another year, another Super Bowl, and another instance of Stephen A. Smith being wrong yet again.
Always is. Look, you got to get you have to give Stephen A. credit. I mean, again, it's one thing when you're doing something and there's little to no expectations, but Stephen A. has worked very, very hard over the years to be wrong about every fucking prediction in major sports. At some point, you got to think the pressure is on when he's making those predictions with all that pressure to go, am I making the wrong decision this time? Because he is consistently wrong. He says a broken clock is twice right. What is it? A broken clock is right twice a day. He can't even claim that with his picks. He can't even accidentally be right. It's unbelievable. Like, how do you do that?
And he's making so much money. That's the thing. He's making so much fucking money.
So much money.
Trex 32 for $5, not even close. Ricky Henderson is the best player of all time. What the fuck is this? My phone's going off.
I mean, I think Ricky Henderson is definitely an all-time greatest leadoff hitter of all time. Obviously, as a base stealer, he was incredible. His on-base percentage is off the charts. He was a great outfielder. I can't say he's the greatest of all time, but Ricky Henderson was fucking phenomenal.
I wonder what Ricky Henderson's WAR is.
Is what?
His wins above replacement. 111. That's massive. That is massive.
Yeah, no, Ricky Henderson's amazing.
That's not greatest of all time. But I mean, the dude was incredible. A 280 career hitter. I'm just looking at his stats. 280 career hitter, 1,400 stolen bases. That's absolutely fucking insane. And that adds so much value to a team. We don't see that as much anymore. We just don't see that kind of small ball. We don't see people stealing bases because the analytics of the game, they've came and they've realized you're like the three outcomes now. They either want you to strike out, walk, or hit a home run. That's the analytics, because a strikeout, if someone's on base, a strikeout is a better out than a ground out because you don't have the capability of getting the double play. Like, all these things are now coming into baseball that we didn't have before.
Yep. So, because like Ricky Henderson, I mean, he was the leadoff hitter, and he was almost, I won't say guaranteed to get on base, but there was a high chance that this dude was going to get on first, and then he was probably going to steal second. And you've already got a person in scoring position that leads off. You know what I mean? Like, that sets such a tone. He was amazing for sure. Yeah,
and a 400 on base percentage. So 4 out of 10 times he walked up there, he's getting on base some way or another. But awesome. You don't see that shit anymore. You never will, I don't think.
Well, we have almost 700 people here, and you know why? You know why we have almost 700 people? Because they're tired of seeing nonsense like this. This has become a tradition for our Sports Wars live stream. This is why you're tuned in here. Enjoy.
Aaron Rodgers is historically, transcendentally, specially great. No,
not transcendental.
Because Aaron Rodgers is hot and Aaron Rodgers is cold.
Are you kidding me?
He is not consistently historically great, transcendentally great. He's above anybody.
No one's ever used that word before.
Level right now. He's also the most overhyped quarterback in the history of pro football. That is the most laughable statement you have ever made in the history of the show. Okay, so it's Aaron bleeping Rodgers. He's Aaron Rodgers, ERRANT Rodgers. Here's what you won't have an answer for: the play of the game, and the play of the year, and the play of this century. That was special. There was nothing special about this play. No.
Yes.
That's so perfect.
The fact that he said transcendentally to talk about the greatness of Aaron Rodgers and then say he's not transcendentally great, it's the best thing ever.
That's absolutely insane. Because I've never heard anyone else use that like phraseology, but there it is. That's ridiculous.
The Blue-Eyed Scorpion said, I got to side with Skip on that one.
God. Prometheus Peanut says, please check out the channel, The Lebrominal James. The channel highlights every flop in every game, which is hours of footage.
Oh my God, I'll look that up while you keep going to Super
Chat. That's crazy. Mark Roberts for 5. There's a segment on the Max Kellerman show called Are You Smarter Than Max? Maybe you guys should participate in that segment. God. On his radio show, is that the one I think they also simulcast on ESPN News or some bullshit. That's funny. I have to check that out. I don't know if I can listen to him long enough, though. Brandon Heath for 5. Have you heard about the Madden 21 BS and how much a piece of crap moron Clint Oldenburg is when it comes to people saying his game sucks? Not recently. I haven't heard much. If you're talking about initially when it was like it got like a 1.9 or something on Metacritic, and he was like, at least it's not a 1 or something like that, or at least it's not a 0, if that's what you're talking about. I do know about that. Brandon Cole for 5. So happy the Bucks won the Super Bowl last Sunday, more so to piss off the insane woke morons who hate Tom Brady. The hatred for Tom Brady, we're going to go over a couple articles about it. It is nuts. And now the fucking bitch whose father is the one that made the Lombardi trophy or something is wants Tom Brady to apologize for throwing it to Gronk. Bitch, have you seen what they do to the Stanley Cup?
I know it's ridiculous. What? How do you spell that one? It was the LeBron what?
It's
like millennial or
LeBron.
LeBron. Oh, I put LeBron. LeBron. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, but it's not showing anything. I'm not getting any results. Is it all one Is it all together? Let's see.
I'm gonna do it together.
Alright.
No
I
result.
didn't put it together. I spaced everything out. So
I don't know. We'll have to check it out at some point though, because I love LeBron flop compilations. Black and white news for 5. We need a new name for LeBron. How about LaChina LaFleur James from John Matrix? Thank you, John. Appreciate that. We've got Matt Wallace in the house. Matt Wallace says, "Be careful. YouTube's demonetized my lives for cussing before." Well, one thing we just don't even monetize these streams, the live streams, because there's basically no point. We know they'll get limited because we can't really censor ourselves like that. We just shoot the shit. But it doesn't matter for super chats. Super chats will still come through. But you're right, Matt. They will demonetize live streams for sure for swearing all the time.
Definitely.
And
thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here, dude. Black and white news, though, for 5. We need a new name for LeBron James. Let's take a look at that. Let's watch the king, the self-proclaimed greatest of all time. And, of course, the reason that he's self-proclaimed is because he has to be the one to do it. He has to try to speak it into existence like LeVar Ball. I don't need to share audio. Lakers LeBron James earns warning from the NBA after theatrical flop against the Grizzlies. He violated the league's anti-flopping rules. He will get he could get fined if he does this again, by the way.
Imagine that. Like, he violated the league's anti-flopping rules. That is your GOAT right there. That puts everything in 2021 perspective. That is your GOAT. All right, let's watch it.
Yeah, LeBron has always been an absolute beta male, continuously, constantly. He still is. And this right here, you see Anthony Davis taking a 3. He's going to miss long. And LeBron's going to be down here with 3 Grizzlies. Does he fight for the rebound? Does he go up? Watch what this little cocksucker does. Flops down, grabs his head, looks at the ref. Ref blows the whistle. Look at it from this angle. This is even more ridiculous. Look at it. Like, he knows immediately this dude's laughing because they know LeBron James is a fucking bitch. I think we get to see it from here too. What a fucking baby.
Frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. Like, and again, has people, and I couldn't find that one. I couldn't find that one channel, but there is so many clips of him and this compilations of him.
There's been compilations of him flopping for forever. He has done this his entire career in Cleveland, in Miami, in Cleveland again, and now in LA. He has always done it, and he's always looked absolutely ridiculous. And that's like, there is such a clear distinction between the NBA of today than what it was, a decade and a half, 2 decades ago. There is no physicality in any way, shape, or form anymore.
All right. Yeah, I'm sharing.
All right.
Yeah. So
that one against my Bulls. Fuck him.
Absolutely ridiculous, man. Like, he's one of the most well-conditioned athletes we've ever seen, and he pulled. Look at this. Okay, now he did get hit. Okay, but look at the extra. Like,
it's the extra. Yeah, Nate Robinson, all 5'3" of him. It's when you see the reaction to this. It's a finger, right? Like he didn't even really touch him. There was no force behind it.
Like, he got punched.
He's a soccer player. That's what he always has been. Here it is. Look at this guy.
Just ridiculous.
This is the dude who wants to pretend like he's an alpha, pretend like he deserves to be the greatest of all time. This is the shit you're pulling on the floor. What a pussy. Now, but there's a lot of people in the NBA that do this. James Harden, that's one of the reasons I have so little respect for James Harden's game. He is obviously an incredible talent on the offensive side, but so much of his offense is based on, getting to the line from these flops.
This is the worst one right here. This is the worst one. This is where I forever was like, this dude I can never cheer for this guy.
That right there, the extra. It is always about the extra. Oh, my neck. My neck.
So pathetic. Now I got one more that I want to show everybody. You keep telling them, you keep talking, but this is going to put after watching LeBron flop, and I know everybody's seen the clip I'm going to show you, but this is what else we got. I'll show you in just a minute.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of LeBron James for you. How dare you for 5? Tom Brady had a MAGA hat in his locker. Is the FBI, CIA spying on him? By definition, he's a domestic insurgent. Yeah, I know. Maybe they are checking in on him. You never know with what's going on in the government right now. Nick Motown for 5. Glad there's people like you. Just wait till woke YouTube starts taking down your vids. Don't think it would happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. You know, they're going after a lot of political stuff. Mostly we stay talking about sports, and we stay talking about the woke stuff infesting sports and the virtue signaling and the hypocrisy from the mainstream media and these sports leagues. So I think we're going to be just fine here. But yeah, it's always a worry. It's always a worry.
Always. Okay, so you saw and I know everybody's seen it, but you saw LeBron, okay? Saw LeBron. Okay. This is an alpha male right here. Kobe motherfucking Bryant. Okay, we've all seen
is this? Yes, yeah.
Unless he thinks he can entice Kobe Bryant.
Look at it bumping, yeah. Where's the flop? The ref even bitched at him about it, which is kind of funny. Now, I will say, when you look at, there is another angle of it where he's not like quite directly in front of him as it does appear, but he's definitely trying to get him to fucking flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's a man, not a bitch like LeBron James. So
Kobe fucking Bryant. Man, I miss that dude.
And not to say nobody else has ever exaggerated or anything like that, but with LeBron, it's so often and it's so ridiculous. This is not like getting a foul and then making sure the refs see it. We see that happen all the time. There's obviously strategy to that. This is completely faking like anything happened to you. There is a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely shameful that LeBron James is considered the best player in the NBA, and that some retards actually think he's the greatest player of all time. But it is what it is. Nick Motown for 5. Glad there's people like you. Oh, I already read that one. Pitland 44 for 5. How dare you, all of you, disregard LeBrenda James? She's a pioneering, disenfranchising woman of color who's attacking the gender pay gap. Cheers, guys. Thank you, Pitland. Yes, LeBrenda.
And we have almost 1,200 people here. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers in the past week, so we appreciate all of you being here. It's awesome, the support we've had for this channel. And you guys just let us know what you want to see. At the end of the day, we are a sports channel, and I understand that a lot of people are kind of checked out on sports, and we totally support that, but at the same time, we're here to cover sports, and we want to keep voices that are covering sports that are critical of sports. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, why are you guys watching this? Because we're tired of ESPN's bullshit. We're tired of the mainstream media's bullshit. We're tired of the Max Kellermans of the world. We're tired of the Ryan Clarks of the world, who literally tried to congratulate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because you won the Super Bowl because you have a diverse coaching staff. Fuck off, Ryan Clark. That is not why they won the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl because they had a good coaching staff, and they had Tom Brady, and they did a good job. If it was all about your diverse coaching staff, Ryan Clark, why the fuck didn't you predict them to win the championship all year long? Because they had a diverse coaching staff. It was another example of taking identity politics and taking advantage of a situation and trying to sprinkle that bullshit into something that it doesn't belong. Sports fans don't give a fuck about diversity or all of that shit. We just want to be entertained by these athletes. It doesn't care what color they are. It doesn't matter what their politics are. It doesn't matter. We just want to watch sports and be entertained. And we're tired of the mainstream bullshit, and that's why we're here. Fuck ESPN. Fuck the mainstream.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like, it was so infuriating just trying to watch the Super Bowl, because the pregame, I go into tune to the pregame. I wonder what people are going to say. I want to hear the arguments. I want to hear people talk about the game that's going to be played, the matchups that we're going to see. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. What's Andy Reid going to do with his son happening, like with what happened to him? What about Tom Brady? What does this mean for his legacy? I tune in and I see 10 minutes of celebrating female representation in the NFL for some reason, talking about first female referee on the field as if anyone gives a fuck. Then we start talking about the struggles of the black quarterback, even though you've got one in this game, one that won an MVP and another one in Lamar Jackson that's won an MVP, like, and are getting paid. Deshaun Watson, who got a $40 million per year contract extension before deciding that the Texans don't do enough for social justice. But you want to tell me about the struggles of the black quarterback to get represented? Shut the fuck up. Then it's pandemic fear porn. Then it's talking about the struggles of minority head coaches. And I'm thinking to myself, when do we get to hear about the game? When are you going to talk about Tom Brady? When are you going to talk about these matchups and what it means? But it is solely focused on identity politics and woke sports. It is insane.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
We saw that pay off too. We saw that because what happens when you focus? We have been warning these people all along. We saw it happen in the NBA. We saw the ratings absolutely tank. We have seen it this year in the NFL, not to the same extent because they haven't pushed quite as hard. But look at what it did. When it came down to it, the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady on a new team. The Chiefs, who are trying to repeat, versus Tom Brady, who's trying to win his 7th. This is a matchup made in ratings heaven.
Perfect matchup. Perfect. This is everything you could want. You've got the most celebrated quarterback in history, leaving his dynasty team and trying to prove that he could do it without Belichick in his first year. Bringing Antonio Brown, who's been nothing but trouble, bringing Gronk out of retirement, so many storylines. And then, of course, you have Patrick Mahomes, this new GOAT of sorts is what the media is trying to make him out. And again, he is amazing. He's talented. You have that great storyline of Tom Brady after 20 years, new team, Patrick Mahomes defending Super Bowl champion, head-to-head in Tampa, ratings down. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse.
Not just down by a shit ton. A 14-year low, right? Super Bowl viewership drops to multi-decade low for the NFL. Figures released Tuesday morning. The big game had a total of audience of 96.4 million. That is down over 8% from the over 110 million that watched the year before. In what I would argue is a much more boring Super Bowl matchup than what we got here with Tom Brady, with the dude who sells more jerseys than anybody else has in the league over time. A super popular guy in Tom Brady, and it's devastatingly bad for them. Yep. The worst since 2006 season. Yep. I mean, we can keep saying it over and over again till your ears bleed that woke sports is bad for the bottom line. Focuses on social justice, identity politics. Sports fans don't want to hear about this stuff. We care about the game. And that's why it rings so hollow when these fucking losers try to tell us about, oh, well, there's just not enough black head coaches because they're not getting an opportunity. Fuck off. If owners and people like this were really the racists that the media would want us to think, then why would they get so many black players? Well, I tell you, because they want to win. The same thing goes with hiring minority head coaches. They're going to try to hire who they think is best for the job. Bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, like no one and nobody's calling for more white representation in the NBA. You know, nobody cares. Like, just best players need to play in the discussion. It doesn't. It shouldn't be defined on race and gender or politics or whatever. I saw our buddy the Greg. Where is Uche? And I know Greg likes the super chat Uche. So for those of you that may not be aware, if you're new to the channel, we have former Jacksonville Jaguars offensive lineman Uche Nwaneri, who's part of the team. And Uche, I got to give Uche a lot of credit. Uche is pulling some major moves behind the scenes for Geeks and Gamers, and Uche has been flexing his blue check mark status on Twitter and other things. But Uche's got a lot working. He'll probably join us for the Mario Kart stream tonight over on Twitch. So if you guys have not followed us over on Twitch, Geeks and Gamers, Geeks_and_gamers, we play Mario Kart. We're going to have Uche probably there. Star Wars Theory might join us. Young Rippa will be there. with Lady Ripa, the Geeks and Gamers team. So we're going to have a lot of fun over there tonight. That stream's getting bigger every single week. So hope you guys will follow us over there.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of conversations in chat popping off, a lot of absolute retard level takes, but this one, I think everyone can agree with this. Thank you, Shark. Sex is fun. We agree. And speaking of people who will also agree with that, he's here. His house is probably winterized by now. John Matrix, what's up?
There he is. What's up, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good, man.
You're a little low.
I am. Hold on a second.
Yeah, not like low, but
not
volume,
like that, but just the overall volume. Yeah.
Okay.
What
about now? How's that?
Still a little bit low. You could boost
still
it
a little
up
low, but it's fine. We can hear you.
All right. What about
That's
now?
better. That's better.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you're good.
Good.
You're good.
All right.
So if you guys don't know John streams with us every day. He's part of Black and White Sports, is that fancy hoodie shows. The Black and White Network. They talk about a lot of the same stuff that we do. If you're subscribed to us, you should be subscribed to them as well.
Yes.
But good morning, John.
Yeah, morning, guys. Morning. It is going to be one hell of a storm here. It's
Yeah.
already. I talked to Rhodes earlier, man. It's Tuesday morning. It's supposed to be like 4 degrees, something like that.
Oof.
It's going to be
That's
brutal,
crazy.
man.
And that's John's in Texas, and if you have places like that just aren't winterized, where the houses aren't insulated as well because they don't need to spend the money to do that, the pipes, dude. The pipes, that's a big problem.
Well, the storm hasn't even hit yet, but I think up in north of Houston, they had like 4 or 5 cars stuck on the highway because it was solid ice, frozen, and they had to have a car come up there, some kind of workers, and they had to ride backwards because they were actually spraying the salt behind them so they wouldn't slide down. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's rough. And when places don't have the equipment in place, I lived in Virginia where it almost never snowed, so they were never ready for it. Same kind of thing. Obviously, it snows more there than probably in Texas, but
I am dropping a link to the Geeks and Gamers Twitch channel. Boom, right there's a link. So if you guys want to give us a follow right there, we appreciate that. And like I said, we'll be live tonight playing Mario Kart with the full team. Good stuff.
Nice.
So John, you don't have your Baby Yoda. So can you give us a fuck Lucasfilm real quick?
Baby Yoda is in the box next to me, and Baby Yoda will not be coming out of the box.
Done.
I'm not gonna burn Baby Yoda or anything like that, but because I spent money on Baby Yoda, so Baby Yoda's in the box with all my other stuff in this office, and Baby Yoda's not making a return.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
Lucasfilm.
There you go.
That is some bullshit what they did to Gina Carano.
Absolutely.
there you go.
So yeah, I saw that. So Sports Wars plus Black and White Sports is tag team champions. Hell yeah, we appreciate that. And yeah, I see people talking about some Mario Kart now. Man, I could have that discussion with you all day long, but this isn't the stream for it. So if I keep Ryan, if I have to keep Ryan from talking Snyder Cut, I'm not allowed to get into Mario Kart debates either here. So
Correct.
that's what Geeks and Gamers is for. So check us out.
I will say one thing though. I still have my Disney Plus subscription, and the only reason I have that is because I prepaid for 2 years with the 3rd year free. So I'm just going to be losing money.
You already paid for it.
Yeah, I already paid for it. I'm just not going to renew it.
Yeah, I hear you.
I get you. Speaking of Lucasfilm, Lemon Cake for $2 says my pronouns are boop, bop, beep. Respect to Gina Carano. Absolutely, respect to Gina Carano. Thank you, Lemon Cake. Brandon for 5. Today is the Daytona 500. Are you guys going to watch the race? If so, who do you guys have winning the race? Jeremy, you seem like the person that would care about that.
Well, I used to be a big NASCAR fan. I used to obsess over NASCAR. This is back during the Earnhardt days, and then after Earnhardt tragically passed away at the Daytona 500, Tony Stewart became my driver, and I was a huge Tony Stewart fan. But after Tony Stewart retired, NASCAR just, again, to say NASCAR became commercialized kind of sounds probably weird to people that don't watch it, but it totally came overly commercialized, and it got to the point where drivers would change sponsors every week. Like when you would watch back in the day, the DuPont 24, that was Jeff Gordon. The Valvoline 6, that was Mark Martin. The Black 3, that was Earnhardt. Every week, it was something identifiable. And it's gotten to the point where each week that drivers have a new car, a new sponsor, a new number. It's like there's nothing identifiable about NASCAR anymore. There's nothing that just brings you into it. plus the fact that it's just gotten to be so overkill, and they've pushed identity politics. They've moved into the real world politics stuff. To me, NASCAR sucks now. I don't really have a vested interest in it. If anything, I still like Kyle Busch because he pisses the most people off. Kyle Busch is like the Ryan Kennel of NASCAR. He just pisses them off. And but I don't follow it enough to know who's really competing these days. All I know is Bubba Wallace is a bitch. That's really all I know. Or Bubba Smollett.
Bubba Smollett.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna jump out and come right back in. There's something wrong on my end here.
Okay.
I'll be
all
right
right.
back.
And I see somebody mentioning F1. Look, I used to follow F1 back in the day too. I don't follow it that much anymore. But I dude, the Formula One video games are some of the best racing games of all time. But yeah, I used to follow hardcore. I was hardcore into racing, F1, NASCAR, Indy cars, sprints, midgets. I used to watch all of it.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about now.
Yeah, I never got into NASCAR.
Michael, the sprints and midgets, that's where you lost me there. Michael S for $2. LBJ, the king of flops. That is true. That is one thing he is the king of. That's for sure. End of leaving his team for, brighter pastures. Charles W. Jansen II for $10. Thanks to Patriots fans for letting us have Brady and Gronkenstein. We had one request to fulfill. Please don't break Tom. We didn't, and we won't allow Tom to be broken. 2 tutties. Yeah, like Gronk, seeing Gronk, go off a little bit in the Super Bowl, and they just dominated, beginning to end. And, John's the one that predicted it. For us, he said it was going to be a blowout for Tampa Bay. Me and Jeremy were like, listen, we're kind of hedging our bets because we've been betting against Tom Brady and it's been working for him.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I wouldn't say that I didn't predict the blowout. I said that Tampa Bay was going to score 32. I said it would be 32-27. I was only 1 point off, but I said if it could be a blowout, it would actually be Tampa Bay blowing out because I thought that the Bucs could score 30 anyway, and I knew that pass rush from Tampa Bay was going to be lethal, and they just had Patrick Mahomes running for his life. I was right on that.
You were.
Yeah,
you were.
They couldn't adjust. That's the biggest thing to me was like, is like, oh, we never had any time. They never adjusted.
No,
they never adjusted.
Yeah.
Listen, if that's what the pass rush is doing, if you're not able to defend a guy for 4 seconds, then maybe run 3-step drops. Maybe run things with some action to to slow down that pass rush. But no, it was just like, hey, just Patrick, just go back there and run around a little bit. That's not sustainable. And it doesn't matter how talented Patrick Mahomes is. If he's not able to make adjustments like that, it's early on in his career, obviously, but if he's not able to make adjustments like that and to stay healthy, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
So, I think definitely go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I mean, I firmly still believe that the Chiefs are a better team. Not like, I think that by sometime next year, I think that the Buccaneers probably can be a better team. But I've seen a lot of inconsistencies with Tampa Bay all year long. Now, once the playoffs got there, they did kind of hit another level. But you're talking about a team that has a losing culture for they're the losingest franchise in sports. So there's a losing culture there, a lot of turnovers. And I just didn't think they had the consistency to pull it off, even though I'm a mega Tom Brady fan. But yeah, I mean, Brady has really changed things and they really rallied around him. But it really comes down to the Chiefs made no adjustments at all. No. And I feel like they were playing you guys remember back in when the Lakers, when Shaq and Kobe were there and they played like from an arrogance level almost. You remember how they just they didn't even turn it up until late in games sometimes. And they just seemed like they were on cruise. That's why they lost that year that Karl Malone and Gary Payton were there. It's almost like they had I felt like the Kansas City Chiefs went in with a level of arrogance. Like it really seemed like they just felt like they were there to win and they just needed to just do their thing and not really adjust. That's kind of how it came off to me. Patrick Mahomes came off really kind of nonchalant most of the game. And I think once they realized they were fucked, it was too late. Yeah. And, but Brady has absolutely changed the culture there. And again, I said this in 2007, I was watching, I believe it was 2007 because that's the year that Brady set all the records and New England went undefeated in the regular season.
They lost, yeah.
Yeah, but in 2007, there was a game, if I'm not mistaken, it was against the Washington Redskins, and the Patriots were blowing people out. They were blowing people out that year. And I want to say, and again, I'm throwing a number out there. It was a blowout. It was late in the fourth quarter. There was like 3 minutes left. It was like 40-something to like 10. New England was beating, I think, it was Washington. And they were inside the 20, and they were still running plays because they were running the score up. An offensive lineman got a false start, and Brady fucking lost his mind on the offensive lineman, up like 45-10. You know what I mean? And at that moment, like we already knew Brady was great. No one was calling him like transcending sports or something. There was still a debate if he was even better than Peyton Manning. And at that moment, I was like, my God, man, this dude is Jordan-esque. He really is Jordan-esque. Like the fact that you're up that much and you're bitching out your giant offensive lineman for a false start with like 2 minutes to go in a game that you've clearly blown them out. That's next level. And we've seen clips of like his leadership abilities and stuff like that. But man, like I think Tampa Bay's got a real chance to repeat next year. But Kansas City has a kind of an arrogance problem. And I think the media hype kind of got into their heads. Patrick Mahomes, the greatest player we've ever seen, ladies and gentlemen. And he's not the greatest player we've ever seen. No. He's fantastic. He's phenomenal. He's Steph Curry a few years ago when Steph Curry was like doing crazy things.
Shimmy.
He's amazing.
Yeah. Did you see Tom Brady in the huddle at the end of the game when the game was clearly in hand and he was dropping F-bombs to his team, telling them to get their head in the game? I'm like, man, this game is over with. And Tom Brady wasn't even celebrating until the final whistle because he knows what it takes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They talked about that, like, while you're looking for that, Jeremy, they talked about that between Bruce Arians, all these different players who have never had any of this experience before. They were like, it was just different because it doesn't matter how much you're down. It doesn't matter anything. You have Tom fucking Brady on your team. So you never lose hope in anything. You are always focused because you know that he is doing all of these things and sacrificing all of this and working this hard. He's working harder than you are. You have to give your all for this dude. And he's completely changed the culture.
Private chat.
Yeah.
This right here, man. I mean, you can say, oh, to like Brady, he this, he that. Look, when you watch this clip right here, this is why this dude has 7 fucking rings. This is why he leaves New England. They become a losing franchise, and he walks into a losing franchise, and they win a Super Bowl.
Let's go! You guys good on everything?
Yeah.
1 press, 2 press, blitz. They're going to try everything.
All
right? Going to be aggressive, inside releases, and go. Everything's twitchy tonight, okay?
All right.
Go make some tough catches.
Yep.
Can you hear everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, it's great. All right, I've been going just normal in the gun. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's go. Good. All right, keep your push. Keep doing your thing. That should have been another one right there.
Yeah, we're going to score a lot more.
We already know what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Hey, our best right here.
It's over. Hey.
Could be. Right now, it'd be the 2-minute warning. It would be.
Yeah, get that 2 minutes. Get to 2 minutes.
Like just all like we've seen clips of him over the years. Like, do you remember that game years ago when he had the fucking like? No. He had that long fucking like Keanu Reeves hair. Remember that years he had like the long hair and shit. And I remember it was
crying. One of it crying.
Well, that shit's funny. But there was like
doing the Brady sits recording.
Yeah. But there was a game against Pittsburgh, and he was just chewing out his entire team on the sidelines. Like he was just going off, and they ended up winning that tight game. But yeah, there's the moment with Josh McDaniels and fired head coach from Houston, Bill
O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien, the one when he got into it with Bill O'Brien. You remember that one when they got into it?
Oh yeah.
And I love that shit, man. It's just and then of course I thought they put maybe there's another clip. I wanted they had the Tyrann Mathieu stuff tied up into that too, and it's just like, do you think a dude just got 6 championships, okay, on the biggest stage, and his teammates see him jawing like that with another player? Like, you think that don't pump up a team? They're like, fuck yeah, man. We'll go to war with this dude, man. You know?
Yeah,
Good
and
stuff,
you know,
man.
Tyrann Mathieu, right? Tyrann Mathieu tried to insinuate that Brady had said something that was just unacceptable against him.
Yeah.
And everybody, he made it seem like Brady had said the N-word. That's what he made it sound like in a tweet after the game. Once everyone reminded him that Brady was actually mic'd up for the entirety of the game, he deleted the tweet like the bitch that he is. Because that's garbage. And you see this a lot. We see this a lot right now in sports. Whenever someone does something, they try to blame, oh, well, he said this. Remember the Browns player, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett went after Mason Rudolph, lost his fucking mind, smashed him over the head with a helmet. He said, oh, he said the N-word to me. That's strange because not only did no one on his team here, no one on Myles Garrett's team heard that, none of the Steelers' black offensive linemen who were trying to defend Mason Rudolph against Myles Garrett, none of them heard him say the N-word. But no, to try to make some excuse as to why you lost your cool or whatever, you blame racism. You play the race card. It is garbage. And we saw Tyrann Mathieu try it yet again. But even Michael Irvin came out. Michael Irvin came out and said, hey, listen, here he is. This is what Michael Irvin said. I didn't like that Tyrann Mathieu put that out there the way he put it out, honestly. And it's not like Michael Irvin's, it's not like he's not some dude who's had bad woke takes before and hasn't been obsessed with identity politics at times. Because I go, come on now. It makes it sound as if it makes people want to know, what did he say? We're curious, as if he said the N-word, and he did not. Tom did not. So, I didn't even like that looming over the situation. I think we should clear that up somehow. That's why I'm saying that. He didn't say it.
Shout out to Michael Irvin. Like, seriously, this is something that the media could, and we all know what the media does. We know they spin this bullshit. We heard what Shannon Sharp was saying, how Shannon Sharp was trying to spin this in a way to make Brady seem bad. What Tyrann Mathieu did was a bitch made. And look, I think Tyrann Mathieu is a bitch. I watched him all the way back in college. I watched him take cheap shots on Alabama players during the LSU Alabama games. That one, I think it was 6-6, and then it went into overtime and ended up, I think LSU won it 9-6, and then that's the year Alabama won the rematch. But in that game, Tyrann Mathieu took some cheap shots. They were fucking disgusting cheap shots too. Tyrann Mathieu's a bitch. Fuck that motherfucker. Yeah. And that's what he tried to do to Brady. He tried to use Brady's greatness to try to make an example of Brady by spinning the Jesse Smollett lie. That's exactly what he tried to do. And respect to Michael Irvin, man, because I'm shocked that Michael Irvin actually did that, and I'm really happy that he did.
I'm thinking that Brady probably called him a fucking bitch. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then that's probably all it was. And I'm pretty sure that guys say that 100 times in a game.
Yeah. And what happened was earlier in the game, they had got into a little spat, and Tom Brady pointed and said, I'm coming for you. I'm coming at you. And then when Antonio Brown shook his ass in the end zone right before the half for that touchdown, he got him. It was a great move by Brown, and Tom Brady put it right on him. And as they came together, Tom Brady's like, I fucking got you, because he said he would. He said he was going after him. They separated, ran off. Tyrann Mathieu comes back, shoves his finger in Tom Brady's face, and then tries to run away like a bitch. Tom Brady went right after him, fired his team right back up. Wasn't gonna let somebody do that to him. So, absolutely nothing wrong with it.
He should know that Tom Brady, man, has this. He's always finding something to motivate him. Remember that guy from the
people are saying, sorry, people are saying they know he called him honey bitch.
Is that real?
I've seen a couple people saying it. I've seen a couple people saying it.
Go ahead, John. Make your point. I'm gonna look that up right now.
Remember that guy from the Steelers? He had said something, and it pissed Tom Brady off. I think that was during the 2007 season, and Tom Brady threw a touchdown pass. I can't remember who it was. What was his name? Something Smith, and Brady ran right to the end zone and got in his face.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
I can't remember that guy's name though. Antoine Smith, or I can't remember his name.
I can't remember.
But yeah, it's just like, we see that with people like MJ. We saw in that documentary, he would even manufacture stuff if he had to. He would make nothing into something just to motivate himself and to motivate everybody around him. So
yeah, MJ did that to everybody, but he never did it to Akeem because that was the only one player he was terrified of.
Could you imagine these motherfuckers playing with Kevin Garnett that they can't handle Tom Brady calling him a bitch? Like Kevin Garnett was fucking horrible.
Kevin Garnett was one of the worst trash talkers in NBA history.
Kevin Garnett could survive a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, okay? Because that's what I keep saying. That's my saying on Geeks and Gamers. Like, could you imagine these people that get offended over not having pronouns in bio? Like, you wouldn't survive a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, because if anybody played Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, or Halo, or Black Ops, when you got in those Xbox Live parties, that was some brutal stuff right there. Like, brutal. Like, the shit that was said in those lobbies, like, sometimes even I was like, holy shit, man, these guys are fucking rough, man. This is bad. You got to bring your A game into those lobbies. And that kind of the Kevin Garnett aspect, like, he is notorious for being an all-time great shit talker. And people said, like, Kevin Garnett, there was no line, dude. Kevin Garnett would rip you apart. He would say, if he knew he could get under your skin, he would say it. He didn't care. Family wasn't even off limits with KG.
Yeah, Larry Bird did the same thing too. Larry Bird would talk shit before the game to you. He's like, which one of you guys is going to be the loser tonight, or something like that, he would say. And he was just...
He's all dumb. Like, it's
Larry
so
Bird was
funny.
a cold-blooded killer, man.
I think it's so funny to see, like, Phillip Rivers trash talk is one of my favorite things, because he doesn't swear. Like, he just... He's just like, it's so funny to watch the mic'd up things of him just saying things that aren't really that offensive or anything like that, but trying to use it as an insult, because the dude just does not swear.
Right. And Shannon Sharp was actually talking on Undisputed this week when he was in Denver and they would play the Packers, and he would always try to make a case not to curse at man, what's his name? You guys know what I'm talking about. Reggie White. Reggie White, yeah, because Reggie White didn't curse, but Reggie White was a monster on the field.
Yeah.
But he had enough respect for him that he wouldn't actually trash talk, because Shannon Sharp was a bit time trash talker when he played.
Oh, he still is.
Did you guys ever hear about the time KG talked shit to Jordan? Did you guys hear that story?
No, I don't think I heard that one.
I watched KG play against Jordan at the United Center, actually.
Watch
in
this
97.
Right here. This is great right here. This is, and I hope this is the clip, but I have seen this, but Isaiah Ryder's talking about it.
So KG had never seen me play against Mike.
We in Chicago, it's my rookie year.
And I got about 24 going into the fourth quarter.
JR is having a good game.
So I'm quiet. I always stay quiet when I play mine. I didn't talk too much.
So as we come out the timeout, I'm on, y'all. I can't even explain it.
We come out in the fourth quarter, KG like, man, keep going at his ass. Serve him. He can't guard you.
Yo, keep killing that nigga, bro. Killing that nigga. Straight up. You have a good game, Joe. Keep going.
I was quiet. I'm looking at him like, just chill. Because Mike was literally right there.
He was right here. Mike, so I double back like, yeah.
I don't care. Keep going at him. Wow, he's strong for this dude, man.
So as I say that, I feel it.
So Mike looked at me, looked at KG.
Hands on hips, legs locked. The nigga stared at me for about 15 seconds.
I was like, Mike, he don't know the rules of the game, man. He's just a young player. You know what I mean?
Look, Mike, he don't even know how I see him and Mike having a conversation. So he's like, he don't really know, he excited. What else? So now MJ on the back leg joint.
Okay, you talking?
Okay, yeah, huh?
Mike looked at him again like, okay. Looked at me like, okay. I said, what you looking at me like that for, right?
Drive the next like 6 to 7 minutes of play, y'all.
Went to the fourth quarter, man. That man got about 17 quick.
We down 25 now. It was 2.
Mad, looking at KG, looking at me, looking at KG.
It got bad quick, y'all. And they know this. When you come and you've been on the run, when you not got back on the floor, got back, had to rebound, and you feel like you on defense all the time, you come to the bench like this. So I was like, Jay, man, my bad, dog. I'm sorry. You're like, it's cool, man. I told you, just shut your ass up, man. You're not fun. So you got in between Gatorade everywhere. You like, damn. And next thing you know, we over there like this. Okay, young fella. Okay, damn, young fella. Damn, y'all done? Damn, young fella. Never talk shit to Mike ever again in life.
That is funny as hell.
That's hilarious. Different era. These guys are just absolute pussies now.
The guys today
man.
are just so sensitive, man. I mean, just super sensitive. Words hurt their feelings.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
because they live on Twitter.
Yeah, that's it.
Let me catch up with some of these super chats, guys. You guys have been blowing it up. The Greg for $5. Yo, where is Pat's Brady Hayton Uche at? TB12 has as many rings as Uche has years played in the NFL. Fire Chip Kelly.
That's a low
true.
blow.
He got more. I saw another one after that. BP for $5. Love the show. Jeremy, your reaction video this morning to Trump's attorney was hilarious.
Yeah, man.
I watched it this morning when I was driving to Starbucks, man. I was laughing my ass off.
Dude, that's one of the best things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
I
it
love that
was.
so much. I loved it so much. If you guys do want to hear, I know Ryan's trying to catch up, but I got a quick this is a Mario Kart stream we'll be playing tonight, and we got a few Uche kind of talked about Brady a little bit last week.
Yeah, that's funny. I love Mario Kart.
Here, Uche will come in here bitching about Tom Brady.
Fuck Tom Brady, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck him.
He'll never let go of that. Tom Brady's responsible for keeping him out of a Super Bowl.
Fuck that motherfucker.
That shit keeps him up at night. He's like, man, I could be an analyst on ESPN, introduced as a Super Bowl champ.
How the Walls theory.
There you go.
Ask Gina.
Is there more Brady stuff in there?
Later on, there's some more Brady stuff. But so basically, it got to a point where Uche was just like dropping bank accounts. He was getting so frustrated. He was like,
I played in the NFL, right? Like, we're just trashing him because
That's all we did.
Yeah, this professional athlete who's accomplished more than we could ever think of, in sports. And we're just like, oh, fucking, you didn't get a ring, did you?
He finally got to the point where he was just like, at some point, Tom Brady's going to die. Because, that's all he's got at this point. Like, he keeps pulling against him. He's like, eventually, he's going to die. And I'm like, you pulling the Max Kellerman argument? Eventually, I'll be right. And he started laughing.
Yo, it's Big Chest for $5 says, I don't hate Braun, so I won't excoriate and demonize him to the point that some people do. I just don't like his BS. The blatant flopping is absurd. I think a lot of people even if you are, because there are some LeBron fans that watch this channel. We obviously have a lot of problems with LeBron James. We all acknowledge that he's the best player in the NBA right now and one of the greatest players of all time. But it's his attitude and trying to coronate himself as the greatest and trying to speak that into existence, and his identity politics, social justice lies, right? That we have a lot of problem with, and him pushing that into the NBA and killing the NBA ratings by doing that. That's mostly what we have a problem with.
I mean, he's way too talented to not even try to get the rebound and just flop.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, for all the hate of LeBron and again, this is something that these fucking losers, these LeBron sexuals, they don't like to acknowledge. Like I've said time and time again, all right, LeBron James is one of the greatest players I've ever seen. Currently, he's definitely top 5. I got
him in number 3.
I got him at number 2. And he'll never catch Jordan. Never will he catch Jordan. No. But he is the best player in the league, and he's been the best player in the league for the longest time. Kobe is my favorite player of all time. Okay, I don't rank Kobe on the all-time great list ahead of LeBron. I would still take Kobe over LeBron because Kobe has the Mamba mentality, and I would rather have the Mamba mentality than the flop mentality. But I still give LeBron his credit for the greatness he has. It doesn't mean he's not a bitch, though. And if LeBron had the Mamba mentality, he probably could compete on the Jordan level, but he doesn't have the Mamba mentality. He's got the flop mentality, and that's the difference.
He would have 5 rings for sure, because if he had that mentality, no way in hell is he losing to Dallas. No way.
That Dallas series
not.
is
But
ridiculous.
that is the worst. That is the worst performance by an all-time great athlete that I've ever seen.
Yeah. If it was the LeBron from when they actually lost to the Warriors when it was just him, that LeBron would have beat Dallas.
Yeah.
But it's such a black eye on his resume, man. I mean, you cannot be the GOAT when you just crumbled up into a corner and wanted to disappear. I've never seen a superstar melt down like that.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just the LeBron fans they have a victim mentality. So they're always trying to, build up this victim narrative around it. At the end of the day, I give LeBron credit for his greatness. I've never taken away from his on the court greatness, and I never will. But he brings a lot of the criticisms he gets. He brings them on himself.
100%.
Yep.
For Kevin Hudson for $5. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. SJ's Shady for $5. On the other hand, LaBrenda would make a great soccer player. Yeah, you'd flop with the best of them in the European League there. Kevin Hudson for $5. If I had a nickel for every woman that found me unattractive, they would eventually find me attractive. That's a great super chat.
Funny. That's amazing.
That's a great super chat. OG fan when Star Wars was just Star Wars for $5. LJ is fake. The GOAT. He could have never competed with the 80s, 90s, Pistons, Bulls, Celtics, Lakers, or Knicks. Tom Brady equals GOAT. Hail to the victors, U of M. Yeah, University of Michigan, boy. For sure, that's how Jeremy got introduced to Tom Brady. He first became a Tom Brady fan. He was in Michigan.
I wasn't a fan.
First respected him. Is that right?
Yes.
Right.
Respected him and then hated him because of it.
I was probably the only person that picked the Patriots to beat the Rams in that first Super Bowl. I actually picked the Patriots. I was like, there's something about that number 12. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and so for the people that say like, oh, Jeremy just jumps on the bandwagon or whatever, it's like, no. If that was the case, I wouldn't sit here and admit that when Tom Brady, so he beat Michigan or he beat Alabama at Michigan, and I hated him because I'm an Alabama fan. So my hatred and anger, I started to say things that he would fail. Like, oh, fuck this piece of shit. He's gonna fucking fail in the NFL, and then he obviously 6th-round pick. I was like, fuck yeah, you bitch. And then he took over for Bledsoe, and I got really angry because he got a lot of media coverage. And when they won the Super Bowl, I was saying, oh, this is all Belichick, Brady. And then when Belichick decided to get rid of Bledsoe to keep Brady, I said, Bill Belichick will regret the day that he got rid of Drew Bledsoe for Tom Brady. And I said Bledsoe will go to Buffalo and make New England pay. If I'm trying to ride this bandwagon, I would never admit these things that I said back then. I was clearly wrong. I was clearly wrong.
But Bledsoe was still pretty good when he left New England, though.
He was. Well, he was good in New England. Like, he was a Pro Bowl quarterback, had a giant contract. And
when he got, there was arguments. Like, he was healthy. Like, Bledsoe, Bledsoe could have played in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he could.
But they stuck with Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a tough decision to make.
It's a very tough decision to make. And
AFC Championship game, Bledsoe came in for Brady because he got hurt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at the end of the day, over the years, I hate watched Brady because I just wanted him to fail. Because again, I tend to always have a connection, positively or negatively, with players after they play Alabama. So I've had the same thing with Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, Deshaun Watson, Cam Newton. The list goes on. And I end up respecting these players for the most part, except for probably Cam Newton. Fuck Cam Newton. Fuck that motherfucker.
Everybody's saying my cat is the MVP of the show.
You pulling the Martin side.
My cat is super scared of everybody. If you were here in person, she would disappear. My mom comes to visit, my cat disappears. Well, not anymore now. My cat is kind of used to my mom now.
Yeah. Mikal Ruka for €2. Where do you think JJ Watt will end up? That's a good question. I made a video about that, the absolute hypocrisy of these people trying to compare that situation to Deshaun Watson. like at this point, I think that Tampa Bay is going to be like the hot spot for a lot of these vets who never got a ring, that have made up money, that are willing to take pay cuts. And Shaquille Barrett right now, they're all about it. They're celebrating all this stuff. He's a huge part of that defense and the success that they had, but he also wants to get paid. And I could see him leaving Tampa Bay. I think they're going to be in the market for a pass rusher or two. Don't be shocked if that's where JJ Watt ends up on a low deal.
Yeah.
I see it being like Denver when Peyton was there, with like people like DeMarcus Ware coming in, who had never been able to win one. DeMarcus Ware coming in, taking a cheap deal to be able to play there. TJ Ward, who came there, things like that. I really see a lot of that happening.
Yeah. You guys know I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not a Texans fan, but I live here in Houston. And JJ Watt is probably the most beloved athlete in Houston sports history.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
everything he's done.
You got his everything he's actually done for the community. People just love him, man. And as a Cowboys fan, JJ Watt was my favorite player for a while to watch, because that guy was Aaron Donald before Aaron Donald. Actually, he was probably a little bit better. I mean, he was that dominant. But it's going to be weird not seeing him here anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where he lands. And by the way, I want to give everybody a shout out. We've had a huge audience today, and we really appreciate all of you being here. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. We tend to call out a lot of bullshit with sports, a lot of the nonsense, but we still cover sports here. And I think the majority of this stream has us been talking about sports. But yeah, we call out the media and the ESPN coverage and the Fox Sports coverage at times. We call out just the different nonsense, and we also try to cover it from our perspective. And we're part of Geeks and Gamers, which is the website that I own and the brand that I own. So if you want to go over to geeksandgamers.com and support us over there, you can sign up for free. We have forums over there, so you can jump in those forums. And for $10 a month, you can become a premium member. That helps us build the platform, and we're developing an app right now. Also, John here from Black and White Sports, they have a similar YouTube channel over there, so you guys make sure you subscribe to them. Ryan has his own personal channel, RK Outpost. So we do appreciate all of you being here. This is awesome.
Hell yeah. This is an epic turnout for sure. Kyle Seisman.
Ben C says I shill too much. Well, in the event of not making Ben cry, I will continue to talk about geeksandgamers.com, our website. So if you're not went over to our website, just specifically to piss Ben C off, go over there and sign up for an account over on geeksandgamers.com. And you can get in the forums and just say Ben C can go fuck himself if Ben C has a problem with Jeremy talking about Jeremy's brand. Fuck you, Ben C. Fuck you and your mom.
Simon G says, what do you think about Whitlock? And Jeremy's just laughing at himself, telling some dude just go fuck himself.
I can imagine he's probably like, what the fuck did I do?
He's like, I was just saying, I just said something. Yeah, that's just how we are here. We talk a lot of shit. So some people get it, some people don't. Simon C, what do you think about Whitlock and Outkick? We have been paying attention to this. I think we may make a video. I think that Whitlock is acting like an absolute bitch. I think that Jason Whitlock is acting like a drama king. I like the dude, and I like some of his perspective and his takes, but the way he is almost trying to perpetuate and still rile shit up with Outkick while not actually providing very many specifics, that's SJW bullshit type of stuff. And it's weird.
John, I didn't watch your video. What did you guys say about it?
Rhodes made that video, and he kind of laid it out. I mean, we didn't pick any sides. I don't know. I mean, that's their business side right there. I respect Clay Travis and Whitlock. I'm big fans of both. So I'm not picking any sides on this. It's a money matter. It's business with them. I don't think it's anything personal between them. The third guy, from what I understand, he was supposed to invest $500,000 into Outkick, and they were supposed to each have like 1/3 ownership. But apparently, Outkick was making so much revenue, they didn't. I think Clay Travis said we don't need his 500,000. Yet he was still gonna be like have like 1/3 of ownership or something like that. So Whitlock was pissed off that guy didn't invest his money into it. And I think that was the deal.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I don't feel I based on what we've seen, I've heavily side with Clay Travis. Basically because Clay seems to have handled this professionally, and Whitlock seems to be trying to make this out to be a lot of drama, and it seems like he's trying to capitalize off the drama. I like Whitlock, but I'm a bigger fan of Clay. But if you're just looking at how this all landed, Clay seemed to handle it professionally, and I think that's the way it should have been handled. Whitlock seems to be wanting to throw haymakers and try to create a narrative surrounding it, and maybe he's justified in that. But at the end of the day, the optics of it doesn't look good on Whitlock's side, and I stand with Clay Travis and if there's more information that's out there, maybe my mind will change. But I've been following Clay for a long time. I appreciate his the brand he's built, and I appreciate a lot of the takes he's had. Based on what we've seen up to this point, I definitely side with Clay Travis in this.
And Whitlock is probably going to go to Fox News or to the Blaze.
Yeah. Tony Walker says, y'all look like Hootie and the Blowfish. Thank you, Tony. I lost it. I saw that in chat.
Yeah. Only if I can sing as good as Darius Rucker, man.
That's so fucking good.
That's really good, yeah.
Okay, that was fucking good. Damn it. Ben C could have come back with that as a reply. I would respect you. I would have some respect, man, but that was fucking good.
Yeah, it would be one thing, Jeremy, if Whitlock was throwing haymakers, but he's not. It's just like these little digs and these little jabs without actually laying it all out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's my problem with it. I don't have a problem with two dudes going at each other in a Twitter fight, like whatever. Put it out there, but it's kind of the insidiousness and the drawing it out and the dramatization of it all that to me makes it look bitch made. Again, I like a lot of where Whitlock comes from his perspectives about how a lot of these athletes deal with race relations and things like that and taking ownership. But I don't like how he's acting in this case. So we'll probably make a video about it. Let's see. It jumped on me. Motherfucker. Hate that shit. Kyle Sliceman for 5. I'm so sick of the woke mob. Their false ideologies are BS. They need to be called out on their nonsense. Keep the SJWs out of sports. Shaking my damn head. Yes, Kyle. We agree, man. We're gonna keep calling it out.
Yep. Just wait, man. Just wait. The woke athletes, they will get canceled one day. It's gonna happen, man, because you will never be woke enough for the woke mob.
No, never. Not even close.
I came for $5. Worst thing about this is the NFL was including people watching on tablets and other mobile devices, and the numbers still went down. Yeah, the biggest streaming audience of all time. They really heavily pushed that and tried to spin. I got the fucking hiccups.
Yeah. I heard the real number was like 91 million people watched the Super Bowl, which is way down.
Yeah,
but they tried to spin it.
And keep in mind, right? Keep in mind that there was a 24-hour delay on these ratings. If anything, these ratings have likely been fortified, as they like to say now, to make sure it wasn't as bad as it actually looked. Super Bowl ratings still being processed and verified, Nielsen admits, after unprecedented delay, right? Usually we know the morning after. This was the latest we have ever got Super Bowl ratings in fucking history. Nobody has any explanation as to why there's a 24-hour delay. There just was. So I guess we'll never know. Not sure if, who was it, Dominion processing those or not, but I guess we'll see. Owen Godeman for 5. Don't forget that this was also the first year they counted general viewership, aka bars, watch parties as well. That is true, including like out of home viewing. But that one, there's only a few, I can't say only a few, but there's limited numbers of places that are completely open and have a lot of people in there. But you are right. They did count that. It would have been worse without that.
They're doing all they can to spin the numbers. They're doing all they can.
Brandon Heath for 5. If LeBron flopped like that in the 80s, 90s, they would kick his teeth in.
Yes.
To everyone saying Brady is a cheater, shove it. He's the GOAT. Deal with it. Thank you, Brandon Heath. Daniel Zielinski for 5. How much do you guys think the Eagles could get in a trade trade package, including Wentz, Ertz, and multiple picks. If they include Ertz, that'll do something. Like, I think that Carson Wentz at this point, first round pick, maybe, like
For Carson Wentz?
yeah, like that I think would be the most you could get for just Carson Wentz.
I wouldn't do that.
It's possible. I wouldn't, but it's possible because I think
there'd be somebody that gives him that.
Yeah, I mean, because Carson Wentz does, like, he carries, like, I think he's overrated as hell. And I don't think he's
he hasn't been good in so long.
And he's so injury prone. He's so injury prone. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I couldn't see a first round, but I think you're right. Probably somebody will gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say a second round pick just because he's a quarterback, but definitely not a first round pick.
Somebody might though.
Yeah, I think that it depends who it is and depends what their prospects are and what their draft position is. Because a first round pick that's 24, is a lot different than a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it all kind of depends on what first round pick you're giving that team at a certain time. They definitely have different values.
Yeah. Personally, I think he's a backup at this point.
Yeah, like that. I went for the 49ers deal when they got Jimmy Garoppolo, like the first round pick or something. Now I'm trying to think because I remember the Patriots did something one time and basically their first round pick was, like 30 or 32. So that's essentially a second rounder. That's kind of the way you got to think about it, but we'll see what happens. Matt Wallace for $5. Sports Wars greater than ESPN. Not even close. Thank you, Matt Wallace.
Man. Yeah, Matt, I just checked your channel out. So I shot you a subscription on my personal channel, man. So I'll check you out.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Miss Martin Muses for $1 sends a rose super sticker. Thank you, Teresa. We appreciate it. Josiah Fitch for $2. Where do you think JJ Watt will end up? Go Browns. Like I said, it's really hard for me to predict right now. I think he's gonna take less money to go where he wants to go. I think that's very clearly why he asked them to go away so he can have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So you are looking at probably 8 to 10 teams that he's looking at that think realistically would have a shot. The only thing I think of right now is watch out for Tampa Bay to start scooping up these veterans who have something they want to get before they're done.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. How dare you for $5? Were the Chiefs demoralized when the coach's son put a 5-year-old in the ICU for drinking and driving? Win one for coach. I wonder if that had an effect. It has to have had an effect somehow. Maybe the team, not so much, but on Andy Reid, 100%.
He's been fired now, which we all kind of expected, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, they let him go.
I'm sure they did. He could end up in jail. So, the Greg for $5. Fun fact: Uche has won 42 games in his entire 7-year NFL career. Brady has 34 wins in his playoff career. Hashtag where is Uche? Fire Chip Kelly. Man. Brady may end up with more than Uche with the way things going. He may end up with more than 42. That would require about 4 more years, but who knows at this point. Charles W. Jansen for $5 now have a 10-9 record in the postseason, and Brady has 40% of those wins. As many wins as Brady has been in Super Bowls. Or as many wins as Brady has been in Super Bowl. Like, Brady has more Super Bowl wins than any NFL franchise.
It's insane.
More than the Steelers, more than the Patriots.
I know, it's insane.
Everybody.
Brady has, 34 wins?
Mm-hmm.
So 35. 35 now, I think, right? Because I think the record was the Cowboys with 33 or something like that. And the Cowboys haven't won a whole lot of playoff games in the last 20 years.
Not a whole lot. Not at all.
That's still insane, though, that they had the record, though. And
what was that? NFL meme says Tom Brady's going to sign in Dallas. Is the only place that can keep him from getting a ring. So
that's funny, though, man. Brady is his own franchise.
Yeah.
Alex says, do you guys think it's time for some fans to be at games? Absolutely, 100%. Pack the fucking stadium. Fuck masks. Just let people do what they fucking want to do. At this point, I think we understand what this is.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let people do what they want to do.
You want to know something, man? It's kind of funny how when you have these disasters and everything like that, like people in Houston are preparing for this winter storm. And I was watching the news this morning, and these local people, older people at that, are trying to help the homeless people, get them gloves and blankets and all of that. Nobody was wearing a mask because the virus just magically disappears.
Mm-hmm.
But if this was CNN, they would call that a super spreader event, even though these people are trying to help other people.
Yeah, and the freak outs over Tom Brady not wearing the mask, like absolutely pathetic. The stupid bitch Tampa Bay mayor who was like, we're going to track down the people that weren't wearing masks there, when there's a picture of her bitch ass at the game with no mask. Fuck these hypocrites. These politicians are disgusting, man.
Tom Brady doesn't need to wear a mask. Those guys were getting tested like, 2-3 times a day? He doesn't have the virus.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the point of wearing a mask when you don't have the virus? Especially when you're around other people that don't have the virus.
Brandon Heath for 2. Vontez Burfict was not dirty. Change my mind. I can't agree with that. I thought Vontez Burfict pretty dirty dude. But I don't necessarily hate him. There are just people like that, and probably the kind of guy that you'd want on your team at times. So
yeah, this represents not just the news media, but the sports media and how they've treated the beer bug and all of this bullshit. This right here speaks volumes to the sports media.
Said it is. I have not said it is okay.
Ma'am, your question is.
I love this.
For our viewers.
Listen, what has to happen
for our
is
viewers about what exactly you're saying when you say doctored evidence.
The media has to start telling the right story in this country. The media is trying to divide this country. You are bloodthirsty for ratings, and as such, you're asking questions now that are already set up with a fact pattern. I can't believe you would ask me a question indicating that it's all right just to doctor a little bit of evidence. There's more stuff that we uncovered.
He's so badass,
to be frank with you. And perhaps that will come out one day. But we won this case. And
he gets into what he say. He said on one channel, it's raining. I flipped to another channel. It's sunny. And I'm like, boom. I love it. I love it. Fuck the media.
Yep, that's how it is. Ed S for 5. My pronouns are boss, tiger, and daddy. Well, congratulations, Ed S. That's awesome. Brandon Heath for $5. Best trash talkers in sports: John Randall, Larry Bird, the Diaz brothers, Conor McGregor, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali. Any names I'm missing? I think you got to put Kevin Garnett in there. Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller talked a lot of shit as well. I would put Philip Rivers in there just because it is so funny to hear him not do it without swearing.
What was Philip Rivers wasn't he driving a minivan to the games and shit? Philip Rivers is about as fucking original and authentic as you get, dude. I love Philip Rivers.
Yeah, he really
driving
is.
a minivan.
I don't know. I probably got to put Akeem in there too, man, because KG said Akeem was one of the top trash talkers.
Nice.
All the time. They played in the West, and Shat said that Akeem was a bit-time trash talker. Hakeem comes off as a nice guy, but on the court, he was talking a lot of trash.
Hakeem's one of the. He's my again. I don't say best ever in terms of I say best I've ever seen. Yeah. So Hakeem is the best big man I've ever seen. He's the best center I've ever seen. So he's always tops my list on that one. And I know there's
people see Akeem and they say, oh man, he's such a nice guy. He's always praying and everything. But what he did to David Robinson, man, even his teammates said what he said about the NBA. He was pissed off that they gave the MVP trophy to David Robinson, and he just annihilated David Robinson. And I don't think they ever gave the MVP out on the court ever again after that.
Huh.
They started doing these ceremonies because I guess they didn't want any other player to get destroyed.
They do still do them. They do still do them during the playoffs. They still present the MVP trophy right now. I read that from Brandon. The Greg for 5. Fun fact: Uche has one more playoff win than any of us here today. Just saying. # Where is Uche? Fire Chip Kelly now. That was actually a nice one from the Greg.
That was a nice one. Again, Ooch
He also
will
has more
be.
playoff
Uche
losses.
is taking a
though.
beating
does.
today.
Yeah, dude, it's join the Mario Kart stream tonight. That's where the brutality happens. But that's for everybody. Everybody catches hell on the Mario Kart streams, not just Uche.
Oh, yeah. Corey Johnson for 5. The way you guys feel about LeBron, I've been preaching the same for years. NBA made sure he got as far as he could every playoffs. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, Corey. We appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for the super chat.
The thing is, I was a LeBron fan. I like watching him play. But then the last few years, it wasn't about the game. It became political. It became about China. Then it became about false lies out there, and I was out.
Yeah. I never dug LeBron James. I always had something against him. I'm biased against LeBron James. I'm not gonna try to lie and pretend I'm not. I hate that motherfucker.
But Billy Sweetcake just shared this in the chat, so I looked it up.
What is this?
Bubba Wallace failed inspection twice.
For real?
Yeah.
Motherfucker ain't gonna be racing.
No, he has to start in the back of the field because he's failed inspection.
God, fuck him. They were too busy planting fake nooses all along the garage. They forgot to take care of the fucking car.
Once again, Michael Jordan, the GM, fails.
Yeah, George, greatest player all time, terrible manager. Bad choice in who he gets in there.
Fuck Bubba Wallace. I know they want him to win so bad. They want him to win so bad.
Bubba Wallace will never win. He's not.
I don't know, man. They might pull some.
They may pull some Dominion stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see.
Jason Gaines for 2 says Uche screaming "Wow" in Mario Kart is hilarious. You get a lot of those. Carson E for 5 Canadian. What do you think Washington's new name will be? The Red Army, the Wokesters, the Comrades? I don't know. I haven't even thought about that. I completely forgot. We also got the Cleveland Indians that are going to be changing their names. Fucking cucks. God,
Kansas City
I don't know
Chiefs
what
is coming, man.
Oh, yeah. I said that. I said when Uche was on here, I said that's what's happening next. Like, I think we were reacting to the Redskins thing. And I said, they're going to come for Braves. They're coming for Chiefs. He's like, they'll never come for the Chiefs.
No.
It's happening next couple years.
Here's the problem, man. It's coming for every single minority representation. No Uncle Ben's, no Aunt Jemima, no cream of wheat, no Chiefs, no Braves, no nothing. If you have a minority, the left will cancel you because they don't care about minority representation.
Well, like the Valparaiso, University of Valparaiso, who probably a lot of people don't know who they are, other than Bryce Drew hit a huge shot over the Duke Blue Devils in the NCAA tournament that is like iconic, and you see it all the time whenever March Madness comes around. But they just changed their name because they were the Crusaders, and that's too offensive.
Oh God!
So you can't even have Crusaders anymore.
Don't like religion, I guess.
Yep. Let's see, but thank you for that super chat. Titan for 5. Why is Uche not on here? He was an NFL that rode the bench in the playoffs. Bahaha, JK.
Wow.
Love you all. Ryan, I respect your drive. Keep going. Thank you, Titan. I try, man. I try to keep it up. I'm driving more than Bubba Wallace is today, evidently.
Man, Uche is getting beat down worse than the Chiefs.
I know. Uche started like every game in his career. He would have you know that if he was here.
Yeah. But like I said earlier, Uche's actually been pulling some moves behind the scenes that's helping Geeks and Gamers out big time. Uche's actually got like a lot of pull, and he's been doing a lot of things to help us. So, but yeah, he's being just because you don't see people on the team that are like, because again, we have a big team at Geeks and Gamers. And you may not see people on camera or whatever, but we have a lot of moving parts with the website, Twitch channel, the app development, all the different channels we have. The premium membership, again, a lot of people may not see the girls that are on the main. They don't spend much time on the main channel, but they do a premium stream every single week for our premium members at geeksandgamers.com. And we do a lot, for that. We've got something, me, Ryan, Krista, and probably someone else in the team. We have something planned out this week where we're going to play Super Mario 3D World for our premium members. So everybody at Geeks and Gamers doing a lot. There's a lot of moving parts, and everybody's bringing it. So we got a lot of good stuff in the works.
Yep. The Truth with S for $5. Thank you, S. Do y'all think Watson will be a Texan? If not, where does he go? Houston is trying very hard to like stay strong and be like, nope, he's a Texan. He's going to play for us. I just don't see it. I think that he is like disrespecting the organization and he is going to push his way out of there. Where he goes, couple of the landing spots, a couple of the things that I have in my head. San Francisco. I don't think they want to be there with Jimmy G anymore. I could see them making a play for Deshaun Watson. The Patriots. Bill Belichick needs a quarterback to help restore his tarnished image from this season, to be quite honest with you.
Belichick also needs weapons. He has none.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true. The Colts really want a quarterback. There's rumors of Andrew Luck. There's rumors of Andrew Luck wanting to get that itch to come back. That'd be might be crazy, but Tennessee is a team that signed Ryan Tannehill to an extension, who then, after seeing how kind of mediocre Tannehill played, not able to do it in the big moments when they relied on him, when they really stacked the box versus Derrick Henry, the Titans might be looking at it being like, you know what? If we just had that guy, we could be in the Super Bowl. So those are the couple places that I'm throwing around in my mind right now. But God, who knows?
I don't know, man. I mean, the Texans, they have all the cards. He just signed that deal. They don't have to let him go anywhere. Now, this is the only way I see him being able to really get traded. He may have to pull a James Harden in the offseason, not show up to nothing, probably show up a little bit out of shape. He's going to have to do something like that, because I don't really see the Texans really trying to even trade him at this point, because it's no guarantee whatsoever you're even going to get a quality quarterback in the next 3 years. That's how hard it is to get a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I personally think New England is the spot. I think it's going to happen.
They better give up a whole bunch of picks.
I can't see. Belichick's got an ego. No way Belichick's just going to sit by and have another losing season without going all in on something or somebody. You know what I mean?
But Belichick has never wanted to give up a lot for anybody.
That's because he's had Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's true.
Now he's seeing life without Tom Brady, and he's going to have to change his methods, because you can't have those same methods that you've had with Tom Brady, taking pay cuts and making your life easier. So they're going to have to go all in on somebody.
William Smith for $5. This has got to be a troll. You all know that Jameis would have won the Super Bowl with the Bucs this year. Brady is not even a top 5 QB in his era. Thank you, William Smith. That's why Jameis just eating another L, I guess. Poor guy. Fitzgerald Walker for $1. Thank you. Blake Hutchinson for $2. Brady is the GOAT. Pat Mahomes is the baby GOAT. Patrick Mahomes really early in his career.
I'm going to say this about Patrick Mahomes, man. It's so unfair to him. Patrick Mahomes is nowhere near the GOAT conversation. He's not even a top 50 quarterback of all time. No. He's been playing, 2-3 years. And of course, this is the Brady haters out there that are once again trying to elevate somebody and have these unreal expectations for him. They were doing this right after Super Bowl last season. This is laughable, man.
Yeah,
it is.
I feel pretty comfortable to say Patrick Mahomes, his ceiling on Super Bowls in reality is probably 2. 2, because how many guys have actually won 3? Aikman, Bradshaw. I'm talking about taking the Brady out. Montana.
Roethlisberger. Wait, no,
no, 3. I'm talking about 3 Super Bowls.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because, well, I mean, you look at it, like, if you go back, an awesome comment by AJ, I found Geeks and Gamers through the Theory situation at the end of December. You guys are fucking awesome, and I couldn't be more grateful to be part of such an amazing community. That is awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, going back to the point, like, Go back to 2010. Aaron Rodgers wins the Super Bowl. 2011 has an incredible year, like a phenomenal year, an all-time great year.
Knocked out in the
15-1
first round.
team, knocked out in the first round. But the narrative leading up to that was that Aaron Rodgers is on pace to win 6 Super Bowls. You know, like he's going to be unstoppable. He hasn't won a Super Bowl since. It's not easy to maintain this shit.
He's actually missed the playoffs too.
Mm-hmm.
Year before last, he played every single game. They didn't even win a road game in the regular season with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And really, outside of this year, last 3 years, man, he's been looking like he's been on the decline.
And to be clear, I was very complimentary of Patrick Mahomes after the Super Bowl loss. Like, I thought dude with that one throw he made where he was like
falling and he sidearms
literally not another player in the NFL could make that play. And it was on target. It was on target.
But the thing is,
been.
He was playing reckless, though, man.
He was,
he needs to
he was
learn
also
how to adjust.
Yeah, he was running for his life. But I mean, I think Mahomes is great, but it just people with this whole GOAT conversation, they act like it's just easy.
Insane,
like
it's just something for the media to talk about. It's just manufactured. That's what it all is.
And there's a lot of Brady hating the media, man. I mean, what Brady's doing, 10 Super Bowls just sounds like a video game to me. If you're playing Madden every day.
Yeah,
that's how crazy it is.
Yeah, I've never even been to 10 Super Bowls in Madden.
No,
I've never played that long. I've never had the drive.
You know what? One year I was playing Madden. I went 14-2. I won the Super Bowl, and then I got destroyed the next season.
Alex Kaysen for 5. Enjoy the channel, guys. Keep up the work. Thank you, Alex. We appreciate that, man. Zach Richmond for 5. F the media. Long live Geeks and Gamers, and long live Sports Wars. Thank you, Zach Richmond. Appreciate that, brother. Ed S for $5. Thank you. Brandon Heath. Screw Bubba Smollett Woodley. Yes, we're just keeping adding these fake hate crime pieces of shit onto the thing. So screw Bubba Smollett Woodley LeBron. How about that? Tristan Berg for $2. Forget Tom Brady. Trump is the real GOAT, 2-time champ. Thank you, Tristan Berg. Free Kodak Black for $10. Denny Hamlin will win 63rd Daytona. He's from Tampa, which has been championship city. Look out for Kyle Larson. He was suspended 307 days ago, which is 63rd prime. Make these bets. NASCAR is rigged. Kodak Black is speaking the truth. Thank you, Free Kodak Black. So watch out for Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. Michael S. for $2. The Indians are going to be the Cleveland Steamers. Maybe. They were the Spiders before. Watch out for Cleveland Spiders. I think that is a very possible, because that's what they originally were, like in fucking 1907 or something like that. So maybe. Somebody said Richie Incognito was a big stalker or a big shit talker. Yeah, I believe he was. But there you have it, guys. That's all for the super chats. Now we're down to 833, but we had 1,500 at one time today.
We must have got ghosted.
Yeah, I think so. It dropped really quickly. Yeah. It was after I mentioned Dominion, I think. That's just how it goes sometimes. But what do you guys got going on over at Black and White Sports?
Actually, right now we got a pretty hot video. I don't know if it's even out yet. Rhodes recorded it. Let's see if it's out yet. If not, it is out. It is out. It just came out, and it is about Mississippi has banned transgender athletes wanting to compete against females. Just came out 10 minutes ago. Rhodes has put it out. So check that out. I'm going to be looking for something here probably pretty soon to record also.
All right.
Right on. Yeah, that's the first I've heard of that as well in Mississippi. So thank you. Jeremy, what do we got going on?
Mario Kart tonight over on Twitch. And again, I will drop that link right there. Oh, damn it. Hang on, I got to go to my clipboard. But so we're going to be playing Mario Kart tonight. And then, like I said, geeksandgamers.com. If you have not gone to geeksandgamers.com, again, it's absolutely free. Just make an account. You can support us over there, and then jump into the forums. We have a sports forum. Along with any other forum you want. current events, movies, video games, whatever you want to do. And then if you want to, for $10 a month minimum, you can support us with premium membership. That helps us. We are currently developing an app. The people that are our premium members will be able to help us in the alpha and the beta testing of our app once we're able to release that, so we can get that feedback from you, so you guys will have a hand in that aspect of it. So yeah, that's it. So I'm excited for the stream tonight to cuss out all of the people on my team during Mario Kart, because that's what we do. It's not nice, it's not fun, and it's a lot of fun though.
There you go. We got a couple super chats that came in at the end here. Quantum Stardust for 10. I love every one of you guys. Keep up the great sports news. The truth won't die if we don't let it. 100%. We're going to keep speaking out because we know there's a lot of people that are just fucking done with the mainstream media, with the woke sports media, and we are here for you guys. The Greg for $5. Say hi to that hater Uche for me tonight.
We definitely will. We definitely will.
Steven Glasker for $5. Did y'all see Mahomes' mom and girlfriend go crazy Twitter rant after the Super Bowl, blaming refs for the Chiefs' loss and calling out Giselle? I heard something, but I didn't actually see it.
Yeah, I didn't look too far into that.
Me neither.
I don't really have a problem with that in ISO. I have seen Mahomes' girlfriend. She's been kind of annoying over the years with some of her stuff. But like, if she was upset because her man lost, nothing.
Giselle famously in that was the 2011 Super Bowl loss. Giselle went after Wes Welker because Wes Welker dropping the ball. Wes Welker dropped a pass that should have let the Patriots.
It should have been called and sealed the game.
Yeah. So I think a lot of us forget Brady's had some very close wins. He's also had his losses
are extremely
close, and for reasons that really make you that could have been there. He could have had that one too.
Yeah.
So
NFL Network is playing Super Bowls over the last few days, and they played the Seattle Super Bowl this morning. I was checking it out while I was making breakfast. Yeah. And I still can't believe they didn't run the ball. It still baffles me that they didn't run the ball.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler, or not Jimmy Butler. What's his name? Malcolm Butler. Jimmy Butler's
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And I do agree, Jason Gaines. I actually agree. I think that ball to Wes Welker was slightly, it was a little too high.
It hit him right in the hands.
It did. It was high. You're right. It was similar to that Mike Evans interception in the Green Bay game, where it wasn't a perfect throw by any means, but you expect that guy to come down with that ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because he had no giants around him.
Yeah, but Brady still, if you have to lay the blame in that moment, the greatest quarterback to ever live, you got to put that ball a little bit, you got to place it a little better, and he didn't. Yeah, look, I'm not saying Wes Welker probably still should have caught that ball, but if we're looking at it and calling it honestly, Brady's placement of that ball was the bigger problem.
Yeah, but you know that Wes Welker never was a Patriot again after that.
You sure what? Brady will get rid of your ass in a hot minute, dude. He really will.
Well, all right. I got it right here. Let's watch it really quick.
Okay, let's watch it. It.
Real time slow?
I believe Brady. I believe this is too high.
This isn't very good quality. Let's see here. All right, here's the play.
Oh, he can't really.
It's back shoulder. Here, let's see it here.
Here we go.
Oh, slow mo. Yeah. Wide open.
Oh, come on, dude.
Easily
come the fuck on.
Right,
what are you talking about? Come on.
Right in the hands.
That's
there's no excuse for that.
There's no excuse for that. I agree.
Okay, I guess I'm wrong. God damn, I try to criticize Brady and I get proven wrong. Fuck.
I mean, if
Jeremy just loves Brady.
If you played the sound, you'll hear the announcer say, "Oh, he's got him beat."
Yeah,
and he should have caught that ball. I've said it for years. He should have caught that ball.
Yeah, it's not a perfect pass.
Yeah.
But it is a pass that is the one that only Wes Welker can get, and that he should have got for sure.
Hey, motherfuckers always say Jeremy loves Brady. I fucking tried it, and I still
stop trying to trash
wrong.
Brady, you bitch.
I still got proven wrong.
TJ Levy for $5. What's up, brother?
Look at Jason Gaines' comment. He's the one that started the whole discussion.
I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah, own it up. I like that though. I like that. TJ Levy for $5 says, "Hey, found this channel through Ryan, and I'm here to stay. Can't wait to hear about NBA rantings this year." Thank you, TJ. We appreciate the super chat. We're glad you're here, man. That is awesome.
Hell yeah, that is awesome. This is a great stream today. Great stream.
Oh yeah, that's gonna do it for our ghosted stream that we obviously had today. That's just how it happens sometimes. But subscribe.
9 p.m. Central tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific over on Twitch, Geeks and Gamers Twitch. Looking forward to having all of you there for the Mario Kart stream tonight.
That's right. Subscribe to Black and White Sports, Black and White News, all of Black and White Entertainment, their network there. Subscribe to all the Geeks and Gamers, the 20 channels we fucking have, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.